uh, so this morning, I suddenly had this insight um, of how channeling actually works. Let's say you are a television set, and if you're connected to cable, then you as a television set, you only have access to the mainstream channels. So all you can do is get information from the main narrative and uh, pretty much repeat, regurgitate all this information that is available there. So you as a person who is not aware of being the television set, you just repeat the news. You get my point, right? So you're only attuned to the mainstream narrative. So you have no idea what's beyond. And then I remembered, like, ah, back then, back in my youth, we had a television set with an antenna. And this antenna could only pick up uh, the Dutch channel 1, the Dutch channel 2. And if we were at the camping site, the campsite, which is in the south of the Netherlands, close to Belgium, you could also pick up Belgian TV. This is like way back. I don't even know if you ever heard about this. Like a TV set that has its own antenna. So you as and me as a TV set with my own antenna, I can tune into any signal I want. So later in my life, I tuned into Eckhart Tolle. I tuned into paranormal stuff. I tuned into stuff that was not like mainstream. It was still mostly, uh, well, no, let me put it correctly. I could choose. I could choose whether I wanted to connect with mainstream because I found it still interesting because even on mainstream there was interesting TV. But through video and later internet, um, I could start to tune into other things, less mainstream things. And yeah, maybe you can imagine already the next step or the next phase where you have this satellite dish and you can tune also into maybe um, faraway countries or faraway places, maybe even extraterrestrial places, like not from this earth, but maybe your dish is so well attuned that you can tune into the Arcturians. I think it's a great analogy to understand what channeling actually is. It's instead of so many people think, even science still thinks that the thinking is happening inside the head. No, inside the head is where the antenna is, like a radio tuner or like I said, a TV set. And so most thoughts, a lot of thoughts you have are not your own. You're picking them up, you're receiving them from outside. And one might even claim that all thoughts come from the outside. It's your radio signal picking up, and yeah, okay, adding to this idea, so you can tune into your higher self, and then it will feel like this is your station, this is your reality, this is your truth, this is your thinking. But when you are in the vicinity of other people, you also pick up their signal. And this can be very, especially in relationships, uh, this can be very confusing, because sometimes you don't even know, is this actually me thinking, or am I picking up something from my partner or from those around me, my loved ones. And I've also noticed that distance doesn't really matter. Whether you talk from the other side of the world on the phone, the signal is just as clear. Um, so once you realize your thoughts are not your own, most of it, unless you're highly attuned to yourself, unless you were not raised to always take in account everybody else, or uh, you have not been trained, um, programmed, indoctrinated to be someone. Because always this question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, am I not already this? Am I not already me? Do I need to become a different me? So this is the whole idea of, if you're tuned into your higher self, or your actual self, your real self, the you that you are. If you're like me, um, very stubborn, um, you have your own wisdom, your own way of thinking, your own way of doing things. Like, I did not care a lot about what other people thought about me, even though I was raised with the notion that, yeah, what will the neighbors think, or what will the other think? But yeah, I also see it with my parents. They're like in between. They care about what the neighbors think, mainly out of habit. But they also are like, they do their own thing. Uh, they have their own way of doing things. Especially my stepdad. He's very stubborn, which is a good thing. Huh? Eigenwijs. In Dutch, we say eigenwijs, which means my own way. Eigen is my own, and wijs is way, my way of doing it. But it also means wisdom. So eigenwijs also means my own wisdom, which is, not a bad thing. So channelers, what they do? They just tune in to a different station, and consciously. And there's so many channels now. When I go on YouTube, maybe because I watch a lot of these things, lately, a lot of new channels popping up. And yeah, it's like something, like a muscle you can train. Practice, it takes practice. And if you don't find it weird, or you're not afraid that others will find you weird, then yeah, a lot of people will be interested in what you have to say, because you have like a different information. Yeah, you are probably able to tune in to a different channel than what they're used to. Not the, you know, not the mainstream things, not mainstream thoughts. And usually when people channel these extraterrestrial beings, yeah, they might be more evolved than we are. They might be wiser or more ahead in time or more experienced, or they have like different qualities that we still need to develop, or different qualities that are just added to our qualities, because humans, they have very special qualities, abilities. We're quite special. All right. So for my TV tuner story. Analogy. Yeah. Sometimes I cannot find words. Okay. Bye.